Right in front of 12:30, let's talk college football. Time to talk to the Aztecs. San Diego State head coach Brady Hoke joins us, coming off a very disappointing weekend at Brigham Young, getting ready to go back on the field against a very tough Air Force Academy team. Brady, I have said I thought you got beat by insider trading information. Bronco Mendenhall knows anything and everything about the 3-3-5. I thought he attacked you pretty well, and your guys couldn't play 4 quarters of football defensively. Is that pretty much what happened in Provo?
Well, I don't know about the 4 quarters. I do know this, that we got to do a better job of tackling and controlling the line of scrimmage. I mean, it wasn't any differently than they have done all year to some degree. I think where he did a good job was I think he took the 42nd and took the air out of the ball, out of the 42nd clock. I know he was concerned about our offense, but you know, we helped them a little bit. We were 6 times we were 3 and out as an offense, and as a defense we got to stop them, and they got the first 14 on us, and then I think our kids fought like heck.
Yeah, they fought like heck to get back in it. But lining up against an offensive line that had to be north of 300 pounds across the entire front, I mean, the wear and tear factor must have been devastating.
Well, you know, we play enough guys. Now, we lost Andrew Preston early in the game, and got a couple guys just dinged up, Nick Tenahoff, but that's football, as you know, Lee. And you know, one man goes down, another's got to step up and play the game. And the biggest frustration, I think, for us was we didn't do a good job of getting off blocks, and we didn't do a good job in some tackling when we were right in the hole. And you know, you do that well, and it'd be a little different. So you know, at the same time, Lee, I like our football team, and I like how they got ourselves back in the game and had a chance to win the game.
Brady, how hard is it physically to bring a team back after 45 minutes time of possession and 85 snaps on the field?
You know, I think our guys have been pretty resilient. And, you know, as you get later in the season, you look at your practice plan and you look at all those things. But, you know, we had a great Sunday, Lee, you know, with the review of the film and the lifting and different things that we like to get done, and a great attitude as a team. And there are a ton of guys in here yesterday watching Air Force and getting ready for that battle this Saturday. And, you know, I like our team, and I like how they responded and how they move forward when it's time to move forward.
All right, moving forward as you prepare for the Air Force Academy, how do you practice what they run offensively? Can you get any looks at semi-full speed to get ready for the weirdness of what they run? Flexbone, wishbone, veer, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Well, and that's always one of the biggest concerns you have, you know. And the one thing I can tell you, we've got some young guys on our look team who have a lot of pride, and they want San Diego State to win, and they know how important that look is. I think when you play teams that are unique like this, it usually takes about a quarter to catch up, or 3/4 of a quarter for your defense to kind of catch up to the speed, you know, a little bit when you look at it from an defensive standpoint versus our offense. So, you know, we've got a plan, and our guys will execute it to the best of their abilities.
Brady Hoke with us. Talk to the Aztec segment. It's Coach's Day on Sports Watch. Tim Jefferson, double-edged sword, because he is not only a pretty good down-the-line-of-scrimmage option quarterback, but he might be one of the better passers that BYU's had recently. I should say that Air Force has had recently.
I think you're right. I think he's done a nice job in the throw game, you know, which they feel very comfortable and very confident with what he can do. And he's a guy that a year ago got hurt, I think, the game before ours, and so he missed that game. But, you know, he handles the triple option and the reads and the double option and all those things very well. And then I think in the play-action game, and even in their drop-back game, which you see a little bit more in their offense this year, he does a real good job of throwing the football.
Brady, where do they put the stress on you defensively in terms of your assignments? Because if he goes down the line of scrimmage and then starts to drift back as if it's going to be a throw, does he pressure your linebackers? Does he put horrible pressure on your corners when it comes to their decisions?
Well, I think both. I think when you get the play action off the option pass, and your guys, especially at the second level, they're playing downhill and knowing that they're looking for that load or that arc block, whatever it might be, and they've got to react. And once they see him come back, I think you've really got to count on your second support system from your safeties or a corner, depending on what coverages you're trying to get done and play, for them to get and be disciplined in what they're doing. And that's part of playing a team like this that averages 327 yards a game rushing, is when they go down the field and take those shots.
Let me ask you also about keeping your guys on their feet. This whole package is really predetermined by cut blocks and getting linemen down, which then they roll into the feet of your linebackers. How hard is it for your guys to stay up?
Well, I think that's, if we can keep our second level decently clean, and what I mean by that is, if the guys up front do a good job friction and blocks and using their face and their hands, and the one thing that we've always coached, and I've always coached, a guy can't cut you if you put your face on his face. So it's about that pad level and that body posture that you need to get off and take on those blocks.
Plain and simple, do you have to jump on them? If you can make it 14-0 and change everything they're doing, does this really fall on Ryan Lindley and the offense to put the Aztecs on the scoreboard, to force Air Force out of what Air Force does best?
Well, you know what? They've shown in the games that we've seen this year to be really comfortable in their skin and what they're doing, and very methodic, and they don't get too concerned, it seems like. Now, if you can get ahead of them, at times it's a little tougher for them to get back in the game. But at the same time, I think they've done a really good job, and Troy and his staff, of the whole complement when you look at their offense.
Does it? I mean, you've been in this a long time. Do you marvel at what the Academy's accomplished, considering the academic demands, the physical demands on the cadets?
Well, I have a great respect, and a great respect for, a lot of reasons, and probably first and foremost is what those kids, when they're done, what they do for our country, and that to me is the thing that is unbelievable and something that I have the highest amount of respect for. But yeah, with their daily grind, and things that they're asked to do, and all those things, you know why this offense fits, number one, and you know why they're so good at it, because of their structure and other discipline.
Good stuff. Brady, good luck. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for being with us.
All right, Lee, thanks.
Brady Hoke, Talk to the Aztecs, Coach's Day every Tuesday. Huge challenge, San Diego State Air Force Academy this Saturday night at the stadium.